welcome back to Fan Fatales. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gabby, and this week we're going to be talking about all things Marvel.
Yep, we're going to rank the MCU, and you'll definitely hear some unpopular opinions there.
Oh, for sure. I know I definitely have some unpopular opinions.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Alrighty, so how do we want to get to doing this?
Well, I have mine saved. So just for
Same.
our listeners, we haven't told each other what our ranking is. And I have a feeling they're going to be very different. And it's going to be very exciting. And there's going to be much debate.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to be talking about who the strongest Avenger is while we're discussing our favorite movies. You know?
Yep. So shall we do
Yep.
from bottom 20, so like 23 to 18
Bottom
first?
to top?
Yeah.
23 to 18. Okay, yeah, we could do that.
Okay. So what's your least?
My least favorite. So I disqualified the Hulk movie. I'm like, Hulk is disqualified.
Oh, that's my 23. So
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen it. And
I've seen
all
it
the
once,
reviews
and
I've heard
it's
are
not
garbage.
Good. It's not good. I've seen it once. It's
not even Mark Ruffalo, right?
no, because they recast him for
Yeah,
the actual the rest of the
for
MCU.
Avengers.
Yeah, and for Avengers.
Yeah. So Hulk bottom disqualified.
So 23.
Bye.
So 23 for you too.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We should be let's make a list of the total what we agree with.
Okay.
So there we go. Hulk's 23.
Yeah.
Okay, for 22, I have the first Iron Man movie.
I have Iron Man 2.
The second one or Iron Man as well?
The second one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So what's your reasoning for putting the second Iron Man below the first one?
The first one, I don't know, it just even though the Hulk is technically the first one in this MCU thing, Iron Man is the first, and we wouldn't have the other movies without it. I know it's kind of the cliche kind of thing, but
Yeah.
that's kind of why I said Iron Man 2.
Okay. See, the reason I like Iron Man 1 less than Iron Man 2 is because Rhodey is a different actor, first of all.
True.
It's a totally different actor. And, they don't even explain it. They're not even, not even in a lazy way. Hey, do you remember that time that you were in that one burning building and had to get facial reconstruction surgery? Nothing. Nothing. It's just, a totally different actor, and you're expected to just go with it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not down for that.
No.
Plus, I don't know, man. I think Tony, I've said this before, I just think Tony is the biggest jerk.
Yeah.
I think he is just...
I agree.
I just can't stand him at all.
Yeah.
I think he's so, full of himself. I'm just... Ugh.
I definitely agree. So what's your what's your 21?
So, 21, I put Iron Man 2.
Okay. I put Iron Man.
Okay, so we just flip-flopped them.
Yeah. And then what's your 19 or
Okay.
20?
So for number 20, I said Doctor Strange. Because I feel like you have to be tripping on acid to understand that movie. That movie made no sense to me. The only reason I didn't put it at the bottom is because I love Rachel McAdams, and I think she was fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
And Benedict did okay too.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch is pretty good. He's a good actor. I think the concept of the movie was bad. The whole mirror realm just kind of messed with my brain, and I really don't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I don't know, but I just don't get it. What about you?
I put the third Iron Man. Literally, the Iron Man trilogy is just at the bottom of my list.
That's totally fair, because I put Iron Man 3 for 19.
I put Doctor Strange for 19.
There we go. So we have the same bottom few.
Yeah.
It's the same one.
I feel like the top is where we're going to get into some weird category.
Yeah, I think the bottom few, they're the same, just a little shuffled around, but the same.
Yeah. So what's your 18?
For 18, I put Captain Marvel.
Interesting. I put the first Ant-Man.
What?
I love the second Ant-Man. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, mine is so much, I put it so much higher than you did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I put Ant-Man and the Wasp up high. I don't know. I like Ant-Man and the Wasp better.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp is really good.
Yeah.
I just really like, in the first Ant-Man, the whole bit with Luis.
True.
Dude, I just love him, and I think he's in the first movie more than he's in the second movie.
Yes, definitely.
And so, that's why I ranked it a little bit higher. I love Luis so much. But we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
But the reason I put Captain Marvel at 18 is because I just think it's boring. That movie just bores me.
Which is why it's 17 for me.
Okay, there we go. There's like the major conflict is kind of non-existent. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's no big conflict. And then, like, you know she's always gonna win, you know?
Yeah.
And so I have a whole thing about why Captain Marvel is not a good movie. Like, just in general, like, in script writing and in acting wise, like, you know, how people were, like, discussing how much they don't like her and, like, how much they don't like that movie. I have a whole section about it. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
What's 16?
Okay. Oh, for 17, I put Spider-Man Far From Home.
Really?
Yeah,
that one is ranked so high for me.
Yeah, I didn't really like it that much. I don't know. It kind of confused me too. I don't know. Maybe it's like too many moving parts confuses me.
Yeah.
I just want like action.
Okay.
A plot, B plot,
action,
fighting, you know? I'm not down for all these like different realms and going to all this stuff. I don't know. It just totally confuses me.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal's character just confused me, I think.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. I just really like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor.
I do like him as an actor. I think he's a good actor. I just didn't like him that much in that movie. And his whole character was just kind of weird. Yeah. And kind of threw me off.
I agree.
Okay. 16, I put Endgame.
Wow.
Yeah, I put it really low.
That's all I have to say to that. I put Age of Ultron.
What? No.
I don't like Age of Ultron.
I love that movie. Okay, what's the reasoning why you don't like it?
I don't know, like, it took me a while for me to actually, like, I don't want to say understand, because I've always understood it. But, yes, it does introduce my girl Wanda. I love her. And with WandaVision, it made me like it more. It used to be lower on my list, but the, like, one WandaVision episode brought it up. The one where we see her, spoiler alert for WandaVision, where Agatha takes her through all of the, like, traumatic moments of her life. Yeah. That made me, like, understand it more for her character and why we should care about her, because I did not like Wanda in the beginning. It took me until WandaVision for me to like Wanda, and now she's number 2 on my list of favorite MCU characters.
Wow, I've loved her since Age of Ultron. Like, ever since she came in, I was like, oh, heck yes. Okay. She is a yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I put Endgame at 16th, just because it makes me really sad. Like, Endgame makes me really sad, and I think it's entirely too long, and I'm probably not gonna watch the Russo cut that they want to make. That's gonna be like 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, heck no. I can't sit through that. My too active brain can't sit through that much.
No. I think Endgame is ranked so high for me is just because of the theatrical experience I had seeing it.
Okay.
Because, like, I saw it opening day, and I remember freaking out with Captain America and
And
the big moments there in Mjolnir. I was like, I don't want to get the name wrong. I was like, it's Mjolnir, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like all those big moments just it also makes me sad, but it's still ranked very high. For the few episodes I have seen of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when we heard Old Cap's voice, that made me sad.
Oh, that made me cry.
So I watched the first episode the day it came out at 3 a.m. because I live on the East Coast, so the shows come out at midnight for you, but they come out at 3 a.m. for me.
Yeah, it's because Disney is headquartered in Southern California, so they're like, midnight, dink.
Yeah, so I have to wait until 3 a.m. for all these, for the Bad Batch and WandaVision and all that. So I remember staying up until 3 a.m, hearing Captain America's voice say whatever he said in the show, me crying, and then falling asleep.
Mood. Yeah, sounds about right.
So yeah.
I do that at midnight, so.
Yeah. What's number 15 for you?
15. I put Infinity War.
Interesting. I did not know this about you. I put the first Thor.
What? I like that one.
I love Thor and Loki as characters. They're on my top 5 list too of favorite MCU characters. I don't know. I like later phases of Thor better.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like Ragnarok on Thor.
I do love Ragnarok. Favorite. Ragnarok is hilarious. It's ranked pretty high on mine.
Oh, Ragnarok is ranked very high on mine.
But here's the reason I put Infinity War solo at 15.
Yeah.
I put it at 15 because in the theater, watching it with my dad, I was sitting there like sobbing when Bucky got dusted. Like ugly crying. Like hardcore crying. And my dad turns to me, I swear, he looks at me and he goes, "Are you crying right now?" And
I was like, very similar experience, but a different character.
Oh, yeah?
I was sobbing when Peter Parker gets dusted away, because Spider-Man's
That's when I started crying.
Well, Spider-Man's my favorite Avenger. He's my favorite character in the MCU. And I remember crying, and my mom turning to me and saying, "It's just a movie, why are you crying?"
No. Wow. That hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very similar.
We thought they were gone.
We all did.
Oh my god, I don't
Everybody
want to go
did.
back to that time.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I don't blame you. I'm pretty sure we all thought they were all gone for forever, you know? We had no idea they were going to come back.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's why that one is so low for me. It makes me really sad.
So what's number 14 for you?
I put Thor for number 14.
I put Dark World. So
no!
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I put Dark World above the first Thor. By one.
Crazy.
I put Dark World as 13.
That is insane.
What? How is that insane?
I don't know. I put Winter Soldier at 13.
Oh my god.
Our lists are very different. I love how we were gonna figure out like how many of these we actually shared in common, and we've only had one.
The answer is one.
So far.
So far, yeah.
Maybe it will change.
For 13, yeah, I have Dark World. And, oh gosh. Okay, here's the thing about Dark World. People think Dark World is a terrible movie. That's why I like it. I like it because it's cringy and bad.
You know what's funny is you put Dark World at number 13, and it came out in 2013.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, well, I have all the years listed next to the movies.
Oh, got
online,
it.
Which is how I know.
Got it.
So what's number 12 for you?
I put Homecoming. Spider-Man.
Okay. I put the first Avenger.
Okay, I put the first Avengers at 11, so not too far off.
Okay.
The reason I didn't put Spider-Man Homecoming higher, it's the same thing. It got kind of boring in the middle for me.
I understand that.
So it kind of lost me. Like, if you don't keep adding to the story, after a while, I get really bored.
Yeah, I understand that.
I need stuff to keep me interested. And, like, the whole scene when he was in, like, the whole, like, sequence when he was in the storage facility, I thought it was funny, but it got old after a while. Yeah. After, like, 5 minutes of it, I was like, okay, let's move on. And they were, like, still doing it, and I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah, I understand that. It's like, ranked very high for me, but that's also because I am in love with Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
I mean, I do love Tom Holland's Peter Parker, which is why it's higher, a lot higher than Far From Home.
Yeah. So okay. What's 11 for you?
11, I put the original Avengers.
Okay, I put Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
So.
That's fair. I like the original Avengers. It's a classic. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
full
you
disclosure,
can never go wrong.
I did the top 10 before I did the rest. And if you didn't get in top 10 and I still loved you, you were kidding, like 11 through 15.
Yeah, same.
So now our top 10.
Top 10. Ooh. Okay, so for number 10, I put Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, I put Civil War.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Still in your top 10.
It is.
I put Ant-Man as 9.
I put Volume 2 for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Okay. For 8, I put Guardians 2.
I love how you're just always a step ahead of me.
Uh-huh.
I put Black Panther at 8.
Okay. Black Panther is fire. That movie's really good.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually upset that it's as low as it is on my list.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not. I think I placed it perfectly on mine.
The others are so great that I can't move it up, but I wish it wasn't 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So 7, I put Far From Home.
7, I put Age of Ultron.
Okay. 6, I put Guardians of the Galaxy.
6, I put Black Panther.
Oh, wow. 5, I put Infinity War.
Did I? I think I forgot the original Guardians.
What?
Oh, no, there it is. Just kidding. Just kidding. I have it.
Okay.
I just can't read.
5,
okay,
I put Infinity War.
5, I put Ragnarok.
Okay. 4, I put Captain America, the First Avenger.
Oh, heck yes. Okay. 4, I put Guardians 1.
Okay. 3, I put Ragnarok.
Okay. You do your top 3, and then I'll do my top 3.
2, I have Homecoming, and then 1 is Endgame.
Oh, interesting.
I love how different our list was.
You're never gonna guess what my top 3 are.
Oh.
It's very predictable. You'll definitely be able to guess. I put Cap Civil War 3rd, Cap Winter Soldier 2nd, and First Avenger as 1st.
My dad,
of course.
So it's Memorial Day when we are recording this.
Yes, it is.
And whatever channel my dad's watching is doing a Captain America / superhero in general marathon for Memorial Day.
I love it.
And as I was coming upstairs so we could come and record, it was playing First Avenger. It was at the end of First Avenger. He had just woken up.
First Avenger. Okay. I love First Avenger. And let me tell you why. I love it because, first of all, I'm obsessed with the 1940s aesthetic.
Oh, yeah. We can't go wrong.
I love that vibe. The silhouettes, the vibe,
the Dapper Day
I love it.
Aesthetic.
Yes. I love the aesthetic. Don't love the racism.
No.
But love the aesthetic.
Yes.
Don't love all of the social stuff that comes with it.
Yes.
But I love all the aesthetics, and I love the beauty. I love the art. I think the clothing became an art. I love the women's empowerment. I loved that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I love all of that stuff. I'm so here for it. I don't know. I think there is something so glamorous about the 1940s.
Yes.
Now, that being said, I also love Peggy Carter as a character. And I think she makes that movie fantastic.
She definitely does. I love Peggy.
She makes that entire movie. And that is the reason I love that film so much. It's because of Peggy. And of course, because Bucky's in it, and he's got, the scene when they're coming back from the camp, and he's got the shirt, and it's like all wide open. I'm like sitting there drooling, like, oh my gosh.
She's a huge Bucky stan for those of you who do not know.
I simp hard for Sebastian Stan.
Obviously, Peter Parker stan. So, yeah.
Yeah, I simp way too hard for Sebastian Stan. I'm so excited for that new movie he's doing with Lily James that doesn't even look like her.
Wait. What?
Yeah, he's doing a new movie with Lily James. I can't remember who it's about, but it's about somebody in Pamela Anderson, I think.
Okay. I'll have to check
Hold
that
on,
out.
let me go look.
Okay.
I think it's called Monday, but I could be wrong. That's a different movie he did, maybe. Hold on. I'm checking his Instagram. 1 second.
Well, and then to bring back whatever, he was the Mad Hatter in Once Upon a Time, of course. Mm-hmm.
Which is also, I love the aesthetic they gave him for that, too.
Yeah. He was cool. I wish he stayed around more in the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they were going somewhere with his character, and then he left, probably to start doing Marvel, because I feel like that's around the time that Winter Soldier was gonna be recorded. If I can speak, that would be great.
Yeah, it's a movie called Pam and Tommy.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a TV series.
Oh, it's a TV series. Okay.
Yeah, so basically this is their little synopsis on Google. Pam and Tommy is an upcoming American biographical drama streaming television miniseries based on Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee and actress Pamela Anderson. The series is directed by Craig Gillespie and written by Tom Siegel and is set to air on Hulu in 2022.
Interesting. Huh.
Yes. And it stars Sebastian Stan, my boy, as Tommy Lee, and Lily James as Pamela Anderson.
Huh. So
Seth Rogen is in it too.
Oh, wow. But speaking of TV shows, interesting segue into the Disney Plus shows.
Yes, I have watched all of them. I've watched them both.
I have watched 2 episodes of Falcon the Winter Soldier and all of Wandavision.
That's okay.
I am slacking. I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We're both in college.
It's
been a lot.
And it's finals time of year.
Oh, I'm in summer classes already at my university.
Oh, I'm going through finals right now.
And I'm
it's
in the process of
the
moving.
booty. Oh, yeah, not fun either.
No. So I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I like it so far. I'm interested to see where it goes. Of course, I've been spoiled here and there on TikTok and other social media at this point, but whatever.
Then I will try my best not to spoil anything.
Okay.
But I am still going to share my impressions and opinions of Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I have some very strong opinions about it.
Oh. Okay.
I have very strong opinions. Okay, so let's start with WandaVision, though.
Yes.
So, what was your original thought of the first episode of WandaVision? Like, going into it, when you first saw it, what did you first, think?
I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I remember my parents' reaction more so than mine, honestly. Because they were confused on why it was, 50s, but it was still Wanda and Vision, and, it's these characters that we've seen in 20th century. Why is it black and white in 50s and 60s for the first 2 episodes? And I think I was confused too, but I had theories going into it where it was going to go. They all ended up being wrong except for what happens with Agatha.
Oh, dude, I know.
It was Agatha all along.
Let me see. What was my first thought?
Yeah.
I remember watching the first episode and instantly I was like, I love this.
I do too.
Because I'm a huge
but I was
fan
confused.
of I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. I wasn't super confused because I already knew, because of where I work, they show the trailer a lot for upcoming shows and movies. And so
true.
I watched the WandaVision trailer probably 100 times before I actually saw it.
Okay.
So, I mean, they don't show it with sound, obviously, but I've seen, like, the trailer part a lot.
The clips, yeah.
Yeah, the clips. And I already knew that it was gonna go somewhere. I was just really happy for those first 2 episodes because I loved all of the calls, like all of the calls to I Love Lucy and the calls to the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh, yeah.
And all of it. I was just so excited.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and then when we started seeing that it was in Wanda's little hex,
yeah,
I was like,
we saw like Monica. I remember telling my mother that Monica
yes,
Rambeau was the kid in Captain Marvel, and she went,
yes,
"That is."
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Like,
yeah,
how many months ago?
Yeah, when she first said her name, or they first mentioned her, I was like, wait a second, is that? And
is that the kid from Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is.
And then them bringing back Darcy. I love Darcy.
Yes, I did love Darcy too.
And then what? Captain Wu? Is that his name?
Yeah, Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo. Yeah.
Love him too.
I love him too. He finally learned the card trick.
Yes, he finally learned the card trick. Because for those of you who didn't put the dots together, he was in Ant-Man.
Yeah. I loved all the callbacks to not just like decades sitcoms like I Love Lucy and the Dick Van Dyke Show, but I also love the callbacks to the MCU with Monica and Darcy and Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I don't want to say minor, but like minor characters in the grand scheme of things to those movies.
Yeah.
And them and them bringing them in to have a bigger role in the show.
I think that's really cool. I got really excited to see that.
Too.
What were your thoughts about Paul Bettany's little like, oh, wait till you see this cameo, and everybody was waiting for this Luke on Mandalorian level cameo, and nobody knew what the cameo ended up being.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who he was talking about.
I'm still mad.
Dude, me too. This whole time, okay, with this he might have been talking about Evan Peters as Quicksilver.
That's my only guess, but that's not even.
But it didn't even. I don't know.
It didn't even go anywhere with that storyline.
It was just kind of a like throw-in type thing, and so I was like, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of meh.
What were your thoughts about Agatha or Agnes in the show? But
Agnes?
Then Agatha, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of expected it.
I mean, yeah, I follow a lot of theory YouTubers, and they were all like using the comics, and there's a character in it called Harkness,
something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how she's the main bad to Scarlet Witch. So I was like, okay, that's where they're gonna go.
Yeah. I also did see a theory that there was a second witch that was she was in like the one episode.
She was the 60s
blonde
episode.
Girl.
Yeah.
The blonde lady, yeah.
The one that was like,
flowers.
hey, the one with the yellow flowers, and the one that was like, hey, can you make my daughter have a starring role? Because I haven't touched her in a few days or whatever, when they went out of the spell for a little bit in one of the final episodes.
Yeah. Her. There's another, I think her name was supposed to be Dottie.
Yeah, Dottie is her name in the hex.
Is that her name?
That's her real name.
I think that was her character's name in the comics. I think was the other witch. I could be wrong. You might have to fact check me on that one. But I know there was another. I don't remember her name, but I know that she was supposed to be the other, witch in the comics. I also know that they had to change a lot of stuff from the original like, that they wanted to change. Like, the original stuff that they wanted to shoot, they had to take a lot of it out.
Oh.
Because they just didn't have enough time to do it, or because of, like, COVID and stuff, they weren't able to do what they really wanted to do.
Interesting.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it is. I just read something about it, like, really quickly, but...
Where do you
from
think
what I remember,
Wanda's story's gonna go after the end?
I think she's gonna open up the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
The Doctor Strange show.
She's definitely gonna be...
Or the Doctor Strange movie. Is that the next one?
Yeah,
movie?
Well, in the original schedule, pre-COVID, it was supposed to be, like, TV show, and then in the off week between TV shows was a movie. So, like, the week after WandaVision ended, we were supposed to get the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, the Multiverse of Madness.
So, yeah, that's definitely where we're going.
Yeah.
When does that even come out, though?
I don't know. I definitely think that she's going to have a big part in that. Especially at the end when we... Spoiler. This whole thing is spoilers. Especially at the end when we see her... like, when we see the Scarlet Witch...
Oh, yeah.
Like... studying on its own.
Yeah.
You know, like, outside of her body, which I think is really cool. I'm really excited.
So it's released, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will be released March 25th of 2022.
Okay.
So
we still got a while.
About a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely think she's gonna have a big part in that, and I think Doctor Strange is gonna get, like, angry with her.
Yeah, I don't know. I know as soon as the show ended, I was like, okay, so she's gonna be one of the next villains, like, hero to villain kind of story. But now that I've had time to think about it, I think she's just gonna be a nuisance to Doctor Strange, but still be a hero, you know?
Yeah, I don't think
they
Yeah,
would.
I don't think she's gonna be a villain. I think it's gonna be really similar. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really similar to in WandaVision, where she's kind of like the anti-hero, kind of.
Yeah. I'd say if anything, like, more so like a
you're
Winter
kinda
Soldier
angry at
kind of
her.
situation with her.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely, she's not a hero, but she's definitely not a villain either.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I have heard that for WandaVision, they're like, this is it, there's no more, there's no possibility for a season 2. Like, it is just this one season, and that is all we're gonna get.
Yeah.
I mean, one can hope that we might get more. I would love to see more Darcy. I love her.
Darcy. Can we just get a Darcy, Wu, and Monica show?
I would love that. But first I want my Luis show first.
Why don't we just add him to the mix of their show?
Because I would... What?
Why don't we add them to the mix of the Darcy, Wu, and...
I don't know, because I want to do... Okay, so I saw this thing online, and I thought it was absolutely
Office
perfect.
version of Marvel. Have you seen that online?
No.
People are like,
no.
Can we get, like, an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. style show that's just, like,
The Office?
where it's just...
That's amazing.
Like, the common people that work at S.H.I.E.L.D.
I would totally watch that.
I would, too.
But no, it was a show. I saw it online, and I can't remember. If I find the post, I will, like, credit them in the description. But it was, I want a show where every week Luis retells a Marvel movie, like the happenings of each Marvel movie. So it would be, like, 2 seasons, and it'd be 23 episodes, right? And he just retells every single movie. And every now and then we get an interjection from some of the other characters, or, like, from, like, if Scott is there, he can, like, interject a little bit. If
Scott's there, he's gonna be like, excuse me.
He's like, no. And
it's just like the Olaf show
just like
that they were trying to do with, him being like, so once there were 2 sisters. One born with magical powers, one born powerless.
One born powerless. Yeah, that one. Very similar to that. So I would totally watch that, especially the Avengers one. I think that would be hilarious.
Same.
Basically anything with Loki, I think he would do fantastically.
Speaking of Loki, the Loki show,
but yeah, that is definitely a show I think they should make.
The Loki show comes out in like 9 days from when we're recording, Gabby.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it comes out June 9th, which is the day I move. So it comes out 9 days.
That's crazy. Now. June 9th is 9 days before my birthday.
Yeah. So, what they're going to be doing now with more and more shows coming out is we're going to start to get shows on Wednesdays and Fridays. Loki's going to be the first one that comes out on Wednesdays.
Exciting. And then what's going to come out on Fridays with him?
Bad Batch.
Oh, okay.
Because we still have, I think there's supposed to be like 18 episodes in the Bad Batch first season. And we're only on like 5.
Okay.
4 or 5. I don't know how many we're on.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, though. What are your thoughts?
Yes. Okay. I thought the first episode was so great. I loved the first episode. Seeing Bucky in therapy made me so happy.
Made me happy too. I can speak on the first 2 episodes, so I'll speak on the first 2 episodes.
I will say though, I didn't like his therapist. I did not like her.
She was not good. Not good for him?
No. I thought, no.
No.
I did not like her for him at all. She was not right. No. Absolutely not. I have very strong opinions. I want the best for my boy. And that is not the best for him.
No.
Anyway, I loved his relationship with, oh my gosh, now I can't remember his name. But the old man that he was like friends with.
The one that they visit at his house?
Yes.
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so I loved Bucky's relationship with Mr. Nakajima because I thought that was like so cute and pure until we find out that the only reason they're friends is because Bucky feels bad because he killed his son.
Yeah. Not a great. Great. That's all I have to say. It's not
I still thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
And I liked that he like tried to push him to go on that date with that girl at the restaurant.
I know, that was cute.
I was really cute, but I was also like, back off, girlfriend, he mine. You know, I was like, girl, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked the first episode. I thought it was really cute. The
second episode was good.
I liked the second episode too. What I didn't really like, first of all, I did not like John Walker at all. That guy can go straight to the pit.
I don't like him.
Did
so
not
far.
like him.
Again, I am not fully in it, but yeah, I do not like him so far. And I know our good friend Alex Griffin, fellow admin at Enigma, he hates John Walker.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody doesn't like him. Nobody likes him.
I know one.
The actor is fantastic.
But yeah.
Well, they're crazy.
Fellow Enigma cast member Hans.
Sorry, no offense to your friend who likes them, or to anybody who likes them. I mean, that is totally your opinion.
It's one of our fellow Enigma cast members.
I do not like him at all.
It is one of our fellow Enigma cast members that likes John Walker.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's Hans.
I'll have to talk some sense into them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Anyway. So yeah, I don't like John Walker. I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like him later in the series. I don't like him at the beginning. I never liked him. I think the part that really bugged me is when he's first explaining himself to Bucky, and Bucky's like, oh yeah, well, Steve, have you ever thrown yourself on top of a grenade? And he's like, well, I have a reinforced helmet for that. And like, that's not the frickin' point, John! You know? Like, the point is, Steve sacrificed himself not knowing that it was a dud. That it was a dud grenade. He had no idea. He was just like, ah! And he got on top of the grenade trying to save everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had no reinforced anything. That's when he was still a stick. He had no super serum, nothing.
He was still a stick.
He was a stick.
I am dead.
Oh, come on. He was a total stick. He literally
was.
He was, like, skinnier than... He was, like... Both of his legs were the size of my thigh. And my thighs are just medium big. That's not saying much. You know? Yeah. So, yeah. I was like... Did not like him. Absolutely not.
Goodness.
Big fat no.
Yeah.
I also didn't like his attitude. I feel like he felt like he deserved it. And that's not what being Captain America is about. Being Captain America is about feeling like you don't deserve it. Because that's how Steve was. And it's being humble. And it's being protective of your country. And that is not what John Walker did. And it bothers me a lot.
I've never seen you this heated. And it's funny.
It's because he really bugs me. He really gets under my skin.
Okay, you need to talk to Alex about this. Because...
I know.
He gets fired up whenever our Enigma cast member mentions John Walker.
Mm-hmm. I think the actor did a fantastic job, so don't take this as me pooping on the actor.
No.
Because I think that the actor did a fantastic job, which is why I'm so heated about it, because he's such a good actor that he made me hate the character, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of think that the point of the character is to kind of hate him a little bit.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's like someone that you're supposed to love to hate, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I definitely have some strong opinions. Now, the finale of the whole thing. I watched it. Not gonna lie, I was a little intoxicated when I watched it. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I thought it was really boring. I don't know. I might have to watch it again, but I thought the finale was just kind of meh. Like, there was no lead up,
but
there was no lead up into it. It just went straight into action, in my opinion. And like, well, I mean, it is. There's like barely any lead up at the beginning. You go straight into the action, and then it's just action, 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 resolution. And I mean, as much as I love action, it's a little too much action. I need some story in there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just was not my cup of tea, the finale. The one part I did like was when Bucky went to the Wilson family picnic. That made me very happy.
I've heard about that, cute. And it sounds cute.
So yeah, I just thought it was kind of meh. It was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
And I just was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any strong feelings about it. I did love the picnic, though. I thought it was very cute how they all accepted him as part of their family, and it made me very happy. And it also, okay, I might spoil it for you, if you want to take your headphones out. I really loved that they made, Sam the new Captain America, and I loved at the end how they changed the logo to be from Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It just like made my heart really happy. I think it's gonna create a whole new era of Captain America fans, and I also think that it's really gonna inspire a lot of people, and it's gonna make people really happy. It made me pretty happy. I was really happy to see that the Captain America legacy is going to somebody who deserves it.
Okay, and I am back.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my little spiel on that bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing about the shows that I want to talk about is that there's already season 2 confirmed for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes. Which,
I'm
of course, I don't know how it ends, so...
Yes. We'll have to get you caught up by then.
Yeah. I mean, I am fully planning on getting caught up at some point after I move. It's just I've had no time.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have season 2 to look forward to, and we'll see what happens with all the characters, especially John Walker, now that he's like whatever he calls himself. I don't know, discount Captain America.
Discount Captain America. Walmart Captain America.
Yeah, he's Walmart Captain America now. I don't even know what he calls himself now. But yeah, so I forget. He says it, but I forget what it was.
Okay.
Anyway.
So our last topic is about the women in the MC. Oh, we do?
Yeah.
We do?
Oh, well, I guess it is just one topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's one topic, one full topic.
With a bunch of subtopics.
Yes. And it is the women in the MCU.
Yes.
So we both reviewed the female empowerment.
Like the first phase of Marvel movies, right? We see there are plenty of ladies, plenty of powerful ladies.
Mm-hmm.
But they're mostly the love interest.
Oh, yeah. So our last topic, which has a bunch of subsections, is the women in the MCU.
Yes, and in the first phase of Marvel movies, we see some pretty badass ladies.
Yeah, like
but
Peggy
they're mainly
and Jane
love
and
interests.
Darcy.
Yeah, and they're mainly like love interests, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Darcy, but
except for Darcy,
she's not a hero per se either.
Yeah, she's not.
I mean, we do see Nat. We do see Black Widow in the first phase, so she's like the first one, and for a while the only one.
Until they start adding more, like Gamora and Nebula and Wanda and Hope and Shuri. I love Shuri.
Yep.
I could do a full episode about my love of Shuri.
I love her. I love her
Valkyrie.
Sass. I love her memes.
Yes.
Yes.
What
Valkyrie,
are those?
The Dora Milaje.
Yes.
I might be totally butchering that. Please don't come for me if I totally just butchered that. Dora Milaje. I don't know.
Mantis.
I'm so sorry.
I love Mantis. She's so sweet.
I love her and Drax together. It makes me so happy.
Yes.
But yeah, we get like a whole crew of ladies.
I love Gamora. She's actually in my top 5. She's
really?
number 5. But she's in my top 5.
Interesting. I don't have her in my top 5, but I definitely have.
She's the only Guardian that's in my top 5.
Okay. I have a different Guardian in my top 5.
Okay.
We'll get there. We'll talk about it one day. Maybe later today. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah.
But yeah, there were a lot of people who were pretty unsatisfied with the like women empowerment scene, if that's what you want to call it.
If that's what we want to call it. It's the scene, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, when all the women show up when Peter Parker has the gauntlet. And it's when they assemble together. When all the female superheroes kind of join together and get the gauntlet to go fight Thanos, but saving Peter Parker.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people who think it felt kind of out of place or kind of forced, if that's the right word.
I have mixed opinions.
I do too. I really like the concept of it.
Same.
I just think
that we should have gotten more of the women in earlier phases, and it would have felt more natural and deserved. Because a lot of those women have never met each other until that day.
They have no idea who they are.
No.
So had they been fighting earlier together, I think maybe it would have felt a little more natural. I also think maybe just easing into it, not making it like an assemble moment.
Yeah.
I think having them do it, like, come in one at a time and, like, just talking to each other. Because it was,
like, all the women just were like, okay, now we're
our
here time.
Yeah. And that's kind of odd.
Yeah. Because it's not like the men ever had that.
No. So I feel like had they eased into it and made it a little bit more natural, like, you know, like it starts off with Carol taking the gauntlet from him, right?
Yeah.
Doing the, well, hey, Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing. And then, you know, maybe Okoye can come over and, like, help her out, and, like, they start doing something, and then Mantis could be like, oh, I got it from here, you know, make it
you more natural.
Yeah. Make it a little bit more natural. I think that would have definitely helped.
Most of them have never met each other.
No.
Like, Carol and Nat have.
Yeah. Carol and Nat have. And then, I mean, who's to say what happened in, like, while everybody was dusted? Who's to say what happened, or they could communicate with each other, or any of that, you know?
Yeah, we don't know what happened to the people dusted. I'm very interested on that, honestly. I wish we got answers.
Yeah. So we don't know entirely if they haven't ever interacted before, but it's assumed that they haven't because we've never seen them interact.
Yeah.
I think the most effective way to fix that forced feeling maybe is to just remove that assemble moment, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the best way to make that assemble moment still happen would be if they like did a cutaway to each gal like doing their thing, right? I think that'd be so much better.
That scene was so important for little girls.
Totally.
To have women to look up to like Wanda and Nat and Carol. Mm-hmm. And just like all of the other strong, badass women.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that like making them all come together at one point just wasn't the right way to do it. I like, had they done it kind of montagey, like, you know how like when they're fighting you'll cut from Cap to Thor to Iron Man to Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
you'll cut around all of them. If they did
that with our girls, it would feel a lot more natural.
Yeah, and I think it would be so much cooler than having them all just stand there.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I personally, I'm glad that they at least did something.
Same. Because for how many phases did we never even got one until Captain Marvel, a female lead.
Yeah. So, a long time. Which
needed to happen way sooner. Like, we needed a Black Widow movie before she was killed off in Endgame.
Yeah. I'm still salty that it hasn't come out yet.
When is it even supposed to come out at this point? I don't even know.
I think it's supposed to come out later this year.
I think so too. I just want to know when.
I've been selling merchandise for it for a year already.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird.
Maybe not a year. A little less than a year.
July 9th they keep 2021.
There you go. But we've had merchandise for that show, or for the movie, in our store for months.
Well, because it was supposed to come out, like, in 2020. It was supposed to come out during COVID.
And then they pushed it. And then they pushed it again.
Because they wanted a theatrical release.
Which makes sense. I mean, I understand that.
I understand it. It just made me mad.
Yeah, it made me mad too. So, the future of Marvel women can be super expansive. Yes. Because, believe it or not, there's actually over 150 women superheroes in Marvel Comics.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this list, and I can name one.
Yeah, same.
This note, and it's She-Hulk.
I mean, besides Captain Marvel.
Yeah, besides Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's She-Hulk.
Yep. So the list that we're talking about is I included the list of the A-Force women, and I think having an A-Force movie would be so cool.
Yeah, like because think like a hero version of like Birds of Prey, where it's the female group in DC coming together, but of course they're villains. But like still them working together.
That'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
And so for people who aren't aware, A-Force, and that's probably a lot, it's very like you have to know the comics to know these characters.
I do not know any of these besides She-Hulk and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so A-Force is made up of She-Hulk, Singularity, Medusa, Captain Marvel, Dazzler, and Nico Minoru.
Yes.
So, I think it would be very badass to see this film.
Oh yeah,
I would watch it. So
I would too. Marvel, if you're listening,
on it.
Come on.
And I think
I know that you guys have been working on the Marvel Park in Disneyland.
Yeah.
But take a break and make an A-Force movie.
Yeah. I think it'd be really fun. Well, yeah. But I think it'd be really fun to introduce some new Marvel ladies.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has it been since we've actually had a new character introduced?
Captain Marvel, which came out in what year?
2017.
Here, let me go check my notes. because I have notes on this. 2019, according to my
2019.
notes.
Okay.
I don't know
So
if that's right.
I think it is. But still, it's been a long time since we've had a new character introduced.
Yeah.
Like an entirely new character that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Because we see Thanos in the early Thor movies.
Mm-hmm.
And we are introduced to them. We're introduced to Gamora and to... Or is it Thor movies or is it the Guardians movie? I think it might be Guardians, actually.
I don't know.
I think it's Guardians because of Gamora and Nebula.
I think so, yeah.
But we see Thanos and Ronan, and we get all of his squad at the very beginning. You know, like, at the really early.
Yeah.
And so, there's really nobody new. And I think this would be really a fun way to introduce a lot of new characters and a lot of new ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Captain Marvel.
Oh gosh.
Why do you think Carol is so disliked amongst men and women?
Okay, well, I read a really fantastic article that really explains really well why Carol is not the best Avenger, not the best Avenger, but like not the best movie. Why Captain Marvel is not that good of a movie. I'll link the article in the description so that way y'all can see it. So the first thing I have is the acting from Brie Larson is kind of flat.
Yeah.
I feel like the emotion is very little. Like her range is from 0 to 2. Like,
yeah. I definitely
that's kind of it.
And like, I don't know. I was never really engaged with the story. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it does take a long time to get to the, like, main conflict.
Yeah.
Like, how long is it until we're introduced to the first Skrull in the movie? And even then, how long is it even after that? Like, how much longer is it that we realize that the Skrulls aren't the bad guys, you know? Like, it takes a while. It
does.
And that's where you lose people who have, like, who can't stay focused on things, like myself. Like, I have to knit or crochet or do something with my hands while I'm watching TV. Otherwise, I get bored too fast.
You see, that's me with some stuff. It just really depends on the show. Maybe that's what I need to do with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I do need to sew a dress soon. So
there you go. I have to be doing something with my hands to be able to focus on TV. Just because I can't. And I think this was one of those movies that was really difficult for me to stay focused on.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely, if I ever have watched it, like when I watched the whole MCU this year, I definitely found myself sitting there on my phone, texting my friends about how much I don't like this movie.
Yeah.
So yeah. My next little point about it is that Carol doesn't overcome anything.
No, and I think that's why I don't find the story engaging.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, yeah, she never, like, questions her moralities, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look at who my favorite superhero is. It's Peter Parker. That's literally his whole thing, is just questioning.
He's constantly questioning,
and
am I doing the right thing?
I also love a lot of the CW shows, the CW DC shows.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is The Flash. And that's very much him, especially in later seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's...
And even, have you ever heard of the show Smallville?
No, I haven't.
I forget what year it came out in, but it's an older it's an older TV show, and it's a prequel to the Superman story, so it's Superman in high school.
Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of like the, like, suburban life that he had to kind of grow up in.
Uh-huh.
And, like, Lex Luthor and some of those other characters that are in in Superman's story in it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Here, let me see. Smallville. 2001 to 2011.
Oh, wow, long time.
Yeah, so we were just born when this show came out.
I know.
But
yeah, there's, like, she doesn't ever question herself. The center theme of the movie is, like, whether a mind that's calm and collected can beat someone who gives in to their emotions.
Yeah.
Which is, like, how freaking boring, man.
I know, right?
Like, cool concept, terrible execution.
Yeah.
I also think that the character personality is just totally unlikable.
I definitely agree. She's really full of herself, like, especially, like, we even see this in Endgame when they're like, oh, we couldn't have beat Thanos, and she's like, well, you didn't have me.
Well, you didn't have me before. Like, okay, girl.
Okay, so, where were you?
Yeah, where have you been? Like, who says it? Doesn't somebody say, well, where have you been for the past 10 years?
Probably, yeah. Like, definitely someone. I don't know who.
I think it's Tony. I think he says, well, where have you been for the past 20 years or something like that.
Why was I also thinking Tony, but I didn't want to be wrong, so I didn't say it?
I think it is. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just,
don't come for us.
Go with it.
It's 10:50 my time, 7:50 her time. As we're recording this,
I haven't seen that movie in a while because it's very low on my list. I watched Captain America first.
I just haven't seen Endgame in a while because I haven't had time to watch TV.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, and like, aside from her arrogance, she's just too powerful.
Yes.
Like, there's no question if she'll win or lose. You know she's gonna win always.
Honestly, that's kind of me with going back to Superman. That's me with Superman all the time. You always know he's gonna win. Like, he's always gonna win because they're not gonna kill him off with kryptonite because it's Superman. Yeah. And that's the only thing to destroy him. Yeah. She is the Superman of the MCU.
Exactly. Seeing people always win is boring.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why we like Peter Parker and Winter Soldier as her two favorite superheroes.
I know.
What a surprise.
Because they're not boring. Because they're complex.
Oh my god.
And then my last little... Me too. My last little key point that I have written is that she was written in a way that is totally different than any of the other characters. You know, like, she becomes, like, later in the MCU, she becomes, like, a really authoritative figure, and, like, she's always right, and she always thinks she's better than everybody else. You know, especially in Endgame.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why I don't like her, and why a lot of people don't like her.
I definitely agree.
A lot of people can't put their finger on it. But there we go. We just put the finger on it. We just connected the dots.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Gabby, who do you think is the strongest Avenger?
Had you asked me before WandaVision, I would have said Captain Marvel. Not because I like her, just because she is. But obviously I don't like her. It's definitely Wanda.
It's definitely Wanda.
Now, it used to be Carol. But I don't know, I feel like she's kind of, like, disbanded from the Avengers now. I feel like she kind of got kicked out. Like, in public opinion, not actually.
Yeah. Yeah, she's so powerful.
She really is. I mean, think about it. She had
an entire city under the Hex.
Yeah. Under
her control.
Yeah. And then it grew twice.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I love her.
The Hex has got to be at least the size of, like, a small town.
Yeah, because it's Westview, New Jersey.
Yeah, which is, like, a small suburban town. Yeah. You know, like your Springfields of the world, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like she encompasses the entirety of the city that the Simpsons live in.
I love that. But yeah, also, like, yeah, besides her having an entire city under her grasp, she also made children.
Yeah. Like 2 children.
Yes.
Yeah. And she made Vision.
Brought her dead husband back.
But not really back.
But not really
just
back.
Just kind of
back.
back.
But kind of back.
And
she took down Agnes, who has been training since the Salem witch times.
Yeah. And like even Agnes says, or Agatha.
Agnes. It's interchangeable.
Same.
It's the same person.
Yeah. Even she says, you know, you have to be the Scarlet Witch. I've never seen raw power this strong before.
Yeah.
So, it's like kind of a no-brainer for this one, I think.
Yeah, same.
But had you asked me before, who would you have said before WandaVision?
Ooh, hard question. Probably Captain Marvel. But before Captain Marvel, probably Thor.
I would have said either Thor or Hulk.
I'm just laughing because I'm thinking about the audio I recently used in one of my TikTok things. The name Strongest Avenger.
Access denied.
Strongest Avenger. Point Break.
Mm-hmm.
I love that audio.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thor is just a gold mine. I love him.
I love
him so much.
I'm so excited for the Loki show.
Speaking of Loki and Wanda, do you want to rank our top 5 MCU characters?
Sure.
I know we said that the Women of Marvel was going to be our last topic, but we have a little bit more time, so we're just going to talk a little bit more.
Yeah. So who's number 5 for you?
Star-Lord.
Gamora.
Okay.
So we have our 2 Guardians at the bottom. Okay.
Our Guardians. I mean, I love Chris Pratt. I loved him in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I love Parks and Rec. I love him in Parks and Rec.
I love him
Andy.
in Onward.
I never saw Onward.
Okay. So my boyfriend Sean, he sent me a text saying that all the Disney movies that you said that you hadn't seen in the first episode, that you should watch them, and we should do an episode of you reacting to some of them.
Okay,
like Onward.
Down. And then you're gonna have to watch the ones that
like Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. But yeah, so who's number 4 for you?
Number 4, Wanda.
Thor.
Mm-hmm. Thor's pretty good. He didn't make my top 5, but he's like 6.
Okay. Captain America's number 6 for me.
Okay.
3.
You go first.
Loki.
Okay, he's pretty cool. I love Loki.
I love Loki.
I put Peggy for number 3.
Oh, wow.
Peggy is my girl. I
love her.
so much.
Her too.
I cosplay as her.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love her. She is like my idol. I love her. I love the Peggy Carter series, and I hate that they undid the end of the Peggy Carter series at the end of Endgame. Just another reason to hate it.
Oh my goodness.
Just another reason to hate Endgame. They undid her happy ending with Daniel Swuza, and it makes me so sad. Because they were so cute together, and they deserved each other.
This is your number 2.
Take a wild guess.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Mine's Wanda.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Let me guess your number 1.
Okay.
Is Spider-Man. Yeah.
It is. Can I guess your number 1?
Everybody knows my number 1.
Bucky.
Yeah.
I love
Everybody
this.
knows. They've known since the beginning.
Yeah. Oh no. I really like it because again we talked about my love of, like, the superhero trope that is, like, the quote-unquote common person who got their powers and is, like, learning to deal with it.
Yeah, and I feel like Bucky definitely fits that.
Yeah, but that's why Peter Parker's there. If this was a DC episode, that's why Flash would definitely be in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just, like, the common person that got their powers.
Okay, Peter is definitely, like, number 7 for my list.
Okay.
I really like him. I love the meme. I love that he's our age. Like, I love that he's young. I mean, the actor, not the character. The character is, like, 16. But the actor is, like, 22.
I think, wait, how old is he supposed to be? Like, a sophomore or junior?
I think he's supposed to be 16.
Okay. So, yeah,
So, like a sophomore or a junior.
Yeah.
I think in the first one, he's supposed to be a sophomore. In the second one, he's supposed to be a junior.
I also love in the first one, going back to the first one, him fighting between wanting to lead, like, a normal high school life with going to, like, homecoming with his high school sweetheart and, like...
Who's not MJ.
Which makes me mad because I love Zendaya.
I do too.
She's great as MJ.
I love them in the second movie together. It made me so happy.
Yes. Another audio I use a lot from a Marvel movie. You look very pretty. That whole thing at the opera. I don't know the exact words. You think
me neither, but it's great.
It's a
Doesn't she go like, you do too?
Yeah, she's like, and therefore I have value. No, that's not what I meant.
Oh,
I'm joking with you.
Yeah, that's
You're really pretty too. Thank you. I love them.
Yeah.
I also love Ned.
I do. I love their whole dynamic. I think their dynamic is fantastic.
Yeah.
But hear me out. Okay. But Bucky. But Bucky. But Bucky. I
love this.
I just love him. I've loved him for forever. I've loved him since I first saw my first Marvel movie. I've loved him.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, my first Marvel movie was Civil War.
Oh, wow. I don't even know what mine was. Let me look at the years for some of these.
My first Marvel movie was Civil War. I mean, I passively watched maybe one of the Iron Man movies with my dad, but like, or maybe one of the first Avengers movies, but like never like first actually watching it.
Was Guardians in the theaters.
That's fair.
The first Guardians, not the second.
Yeah. But yeah, he makes me so happy.
Same.
And I think the reason I love him so much is I love what he overcomes in his story.
Same.
And I, personally in my life, I have overcome many, many things. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to this character, is because I feel that I have overcome a lot of things. Yeah. And I see myself in him. And it just makes me happy. Plus, I mean, Sebastian Stan is like my boyfriend. I love him so much. Okay, I don't know if I already told this story, but this one time I was at Comic-Con. I was at San Diego Comic-Con. And, let's see, what was happening? I was walking by one of the booths, and it was Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan at the booth. And there was a huge crowd of people around it. And my friend goes, "Hey, is that Sebastian Stan?" And I whipped around and I was like, Where is my boy? Like freaking out. And then I guess I missed him. I guess he had already left. And as I was walking, this lady in the crowd, as she was walking by, she goes, "I don't get what the big deal is. It's just Sebastian Stan. It's not like he's a Chris or anything." And my friend literally had to keep pushing me to keep walking because I whipped around so fast. I was so ready to start yelling at this lady. And my friend Campbell, she kept pushing me. She was like, "Gabby, no. Keep walking." And I was like, I was really upset. I was very angry. I was about to be like, "Hey lady, keep your opinions to yourself."
I want to meet your friend that did that.
She's gonna be a guest on one of the episodes coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she'll tell you her side. I'll have you two talk, and I'll have her tell you her side of the story. I think it would be very interesting to hear her side of the story, because sometimes I over exaggerate. So,
yeah,
But yeah, I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna fight this lady. I mean, I didn't, obviously, but...
I haven't had any interactions with any of the Marvel guys.
I mean, I never got to meet them. I just, like, barely saw them out of the corner of my eye. It was the Comic-Con where Sebastian Stan was wearing that hideous yellow shirt. For those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. It's the hideous black and yellow striped shirt that makes him look like a vertical bumblebee. It's terrible.
I mean, I told my experience meeting the seeing the Harry Potter actors.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Last week. I've been in close proximity to some of the Star Wars actors. Because Star Wars Weekends.
Do tell.
2015,
oh, yeah.
I think, Star Wars Weekends. So when we were, like, 14. Okay, I know what shirt you're talking about. For
this shirt.
Of you who don't know, she's showing me a picture
terrible.
of the shirt.
It's terrible.
So my story is, in 2015, it was the last Star Wars Weekends, and I went most of the weekends, but the only one I really remember is I remember seeing the parade one of the weekends, and in the parade was Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and following right after her in the parade was Warwick Davis. For those of you who don't know, he has been in Star Wars and Harry Potter. He played Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter and Wicket the Ewok in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. But I got to see the two of them in person, and I fully fangirled.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost fought a lady for saying it's just Sebastian Stan, so...
I would have too.
I didn't. I want to emphasize that I didn't do anything. Mom, I swear I didn't do anything.
That just needs to be the podcast title. I didn't fight a lady.
I didn't do anything. I didn't fight a lady, I swear. Yes. The time I almost fought a lady for Sebastian Stan.
Please, even though that has nothing to do with
the whole episode.
10 minutes of the episode.
That's like the biggest clickbait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear, Mom, I promise you I didn't hurt this lady or say or do anything.
Oh my goodness.
My mom listens to our podcast. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Hi, Gabby's
number
mom.
one fan. She's our number one fan. No, I have no idea. Anyway.
I think it's the child I babysit, Kimberly, is our number one fan.
I totally think she is our number one fan. And I think it's adorable.
No offense, Gabby's mom. Well, anyway, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. So I will not be here next week. As I said earlier in the episode, I am moving the week that we would be recording episode 5. So Gabby, would you like to tell our lovely audience what you will be doing with your guest next week?
Yes. Next week, I'm going to be discussing D&D with 2 of my super good friends. And I'm very excited. I'm so looking forward to this episode.
I'm so excited to hear it. I have never played D&D, but I'm so excited.
Yeah. And next week is actually going to be, because I have 2 guests, and we're talking about 2 totally different topics, it is going to be a special 2-part episode.
Woo!
I mean, it's not 2 totally different topics. I mean, we're still talking about D&D. But
I feel like
I just want to give everybody
like the Muppet, the like Kermit, the yay!
Yes, that was definitely Kermit the Frog.
Yay! For those of you who can't see, I was just swinging my arms like yay! And now Gabby's dead.
So yeah, we're gonna be having. It's a special 2-part episode because I want to give both of my guests ample time to talk about what they want to talk about, and they both have two totally different perspectives because we have one of my best friends from high school. Her name's Campbell. She's going to be talking to me about her perspective on playing D&D, and she and I have been friends for so long, and I love her so much. I'm so excited for you guys to hear what she has to say. And also, my friend Jason is going to be on the show as well, and he and I actually play together, and he's been playing a lot longer than I have, and he knows a lot more than I do, so it'll be really interesting to talk to him.
I'm so excited.
Dude, me too.
I'm sad that I won't be on, but I'm so excited.
I've been writing notes for this episode for like 3 weeks now. I'm so excited.
Oh, I've been preparing for my guest episode the week after.
Yep, because I'll be on vacation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alrighty, so please subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We are now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And remember to follow us at FanFatalesPod on Instagram to get updates for future episodes.
And our intro and outro music is created by our amazing friend Maddie Macon.
And our editing is done by the beautiful and amazing Kara Linsmeyer.
As always, thank you for tuning in. Bye!
Bye!